rice farmers, researchers, and development partners have gathered for a special event. The Farmers Field Day, organized by the CSIR-Crops Research Institute. This is no ordinary meeting. It's a celebration of farmer-led innovation, where science meets experience and where the people who plant the seeds help choose the seeds. 16 improved varieties are on display today, 7 of them brand new creations of Ghanaian science. Farmers walk the fields, scorecards in hand, examining each variety for yield, maturity, drought tolerance, pest resistance, and grain quality.
Now the marketing are demanding about the aroma, our taste of the variety of the rice we grew after finishing. So we came to select the seed that will give us a good yield and aroma. And our women, our local market, they want a rice that the face is blighting, like foreign rice.
For these farmers, every observation matters. Every choice helps shape the next generation of rice seeds. This event is part of the K-Rice Belt project, a partnership between Ghana and the Republic of Korea.
Today, I'd like to especially thank Honorable Bondi, Minister Representative for Food and Agriculture, Marian Quain, Deputy Director General CSIR, and Honorable Professor Maxwell Ansante, Director of Crop Research Institute, and all distinguished guests for attending this event and for your cooperation to ensure the success of COPIA and RicePia projects. Since 2023, COPIA has been implementing the K-Rice Belt project here to improve Ghana's rice value chain and helping its communities enhance food self-sufficiency. I'd like to summarize on K-Rice Belt project in Ghana.
Through the Rural Development Administration and KOPIA Ghana, the project aims to equip smallholder farmers with resilient, high-yielding rice varieties to withstand the challenges of a changing climate. Professor Maxwell Darko Asante, Director of CSIR-Crops Research Institute, he called on the government of Ghana to prioritize research activities within all its programs.
We call on government as part of their programs to have a budget for R&D for every program they have, whether it's 24-hour economy, whether it's Feed Ghana. Research should not be an afterthought. It should be a major part, a major component of everything they do. Then we do research that fits directly into government programs.
Under this initiative, CSIR-CRI produces breeder and foundation seeds, supports certified seed production, and has already donated hundreds of tons of certified rice seeds to Ghana's government, a vital step towards self-sufficiency. The Deputy Director General of CSIR, Professor Marian Dorcas Quain, reminds the gathering that innovation in agriculture is only possible when science listens to the farmer's voice.
Today's exercise is demonstrating that research is continuous, and we are continuously researching to ensure that we have resilient crop varieties that will withstand any weather, any pest, any stress, any biotic stresses that may impede the productivity of the crop. The research also ensures economic benefits to the country. So the lines that we are seeing here are showcasing the lines that we have released and the ones which are in the pipeline. Just as those who develop other gadgets have gadgets lined up year after year, that is what this research is doing. And it doesn't work in isolation. What we have seen here today shows that it works with the end users, the input dealers. We work with the farmers. We work with the seed suppliers, those who produce the certified seed. We work with them. That is what we are demonstrating here, and they guide us to bring out the final product which best suits the purposes for which we ensure productivity.
She stated that the field day would go a long way to reduce the government of Ghana's very high yearly expenditure on rice importation.
Ghana, we are importing so much rice. This exercise goes towards us the import substitution, so that we produce rice locally to feed the nation. There is not just about seed, it's about the whole value chain. So at every point, even the post-harvest management, we produce all that technical support through research, continuous research.
Prof. Marian Quain further reiterates the call for continued government support towards the CSIR and research activities in general.
What we need from government is continuous support, because there are times that the demand for the seed comes, but we don't have the resources to produce it at the quantum that is needed. So for us, we have what you call the crop calendar. We set the targets, we set what is needed, and we produce the breeder seed, we produce the foundation seed. And if we don't have instant off-takers, we will produce and it will be sitting there, nobody is picking.
Representing the Minister for Food and Agriculture, Honorable Kwesi Etubond pledges full support to the CSIR-CRI, aligning the project with Ghana's Feed Ghana program. Reducing rice importation, he says, begins with empowering local farmers and trusting their choices.
Now the new government policy is Feed Ghana. And feeding Ghana, if you don't have the seed, how can you feed the people? And as a country, we want to go beyond dependency on seed, where we import seed from foreign country. So this thing that COPIA and CSIR is doing is something of great importance to the ministry. We want to be seed sovereignty. When I say seed sovereignty, we have to depend on ourselves as a Ghana. Because from the record, sometimes when we import seed, they will arrive in the country when the season is over. And that doesn't make good use of it for us. When you even keep it, the next year the viability is down, and it gives a lot of issues to farmers. And from what I've heard or we've seen here, like this variety is not just growing, but I heard the yield too is something which is more than what we were expecting. Normally we were expecting about 5 tons per hectare, but this variety is 6 and 7 tons per hectare. So we salute you from the Ministry of Food and Agriculture. This one is also very important to us, because us as a country, any 100 bags of rice we consume, almost 55 is from outside the country. That means whatever we are spending, we are sending money to somewhere else. We are sending jobs to somewhere else, and that makes us poor. And especially that makes our farmers also poor. So now, if we've gotten this partnership helping us to get high yield variety, what our mothers keep on to say what perfume, the aroma rice, we say we thank you. And as a ministry, we are here to pledge that we are solidly behind you like a handbag.
From Korea, Dr. Kim Yong-jin, director of KOPIA Ghana, emphasizes collaboration and continuing investment. His team envisions constructing a 100-hectare paddy field for certified seed production, a landmark in Ghana's journey toward rice self-sufficiency.
Planning to build a 100-hectare paddy field for certified seed production. There are 3 Korean institutions involved here. So KIAT uses solar energy and pump water to the field. And KRC is responsible for land preparation and irrigation facility. And COPIA is in charge of agricultural techniques.
Madame Nate, Assistant Research Scientist and Rice Breeder, talked about participatory varietal selection that bridges the gap between research and real-world farming.
Today, we basically here to introduce farmers and other stakeholders along the rice value chain to our newly developed rice varieties. Some are existing varieties already in the system. There are about 16 in all. And these varieties have very good qualities. And we are excited, the farmers are excited about the varieties we've produced. So what we do is we don't just push technology on farmers, we work with them. So this was a participatory varietal selection with farmers, millers and other stakeholders along the value chain. These new varieties are disease resistant, drought tolerant, and they are specifically made to withstand the local weather conditions. So they are climate resistant, resilient rice varieties. They are adaptable to the environment.
Participants were guided through the plots with support from researchers, recording their preferences based on observable characteristics like plant height, tailoring ability, maturity period, yield, panicle size, grain quality, drought and aroma. With scorecards in hand, the farmers ranked the varieties according to their performances. A major highlight of the event was the selection of a high-yielding, highly aromatic and rice yellow mottle virus resistant variety developed through DNA marker-assisted backcrossing, a scientific breakthrough resulting from a project at the CSIR-CRI. Farmers overwhelmingly selected this line as their preferred choice during the program. Farmers expressed deep satisfaction with the varieties and were eager to adopt them.
What we have done today is participatory varietal selection. Okay, so for us breeders, we come out with a lot of varieties. Okay, and then we do what is more or less a market survey. And you are the market, because we don't do the things for ourselves. We will do it for farmers and seed companies and everybody else who wants to grow rice. Okay, so on the field today, there were 16 rice varieties. Some of them are rice varieties that you know already. So some of them you selected them 3 years ago, and you are now cultivating them, like Japan and Korea. But we have brought in new ones, which has different traits. So the ones which are the ENAPA derived varieties, as I mentioned earlier on the field, their main trait is that they are very, very strong in coat, very resilient to diseases, to drought. It's also tolerant to low nitrogen. And then also it's also adapted for dry season, because it can grow, it can germinate under waterlogged conditions. So the different groups of farmers, you went into the field on your own and you made selections. So it's now time for you to tell us what you selected and the reasons why you selected. It's as simple as that. So we start from Aveime.
My name is Adam Mohamed Ahmed. I'm representing the Aveme team. I've seen the RYMV, which is, it has a higher yield, long grain, and has a higher aromatic or aroma. It also has a high tillering number, which is good.
Okay, did you count the tillers?
Yes, please, and it is 20.
Okay.
Yeah, 20. So it has high tolerance to some diseases, and then adaptability to both irrigated and rainfall too. And it has a higher yield too, as I said. So in terms of milling, it has a higher yield and a long grain, not broken. So I may say that it is the best to produce for the farmers to do as well.
This is a variety that is not yet released. Okay, so once the farmers give such good testimonies about it, then we go ahead and release it. So for us at CSIR, that thing that people just say, the research is on the shelf, our research is not on the shelf. what is rather happening is that we don't have investment to upskill. That is rather the problem. But the people we work with directly, they know, and they use our technology.
We have selected two groups, two varieties. But the first and foremost one is the RY MV, that's B, that's 02, that's 20, that's 13, that's 3, that's 4, that's 48, into bracket 15.
The length of the line shows you the trouble that the breeder went through.
Yes, if the breeder went through a very difficult line too, in fact, he has tried. That is the best among all that we have seen. And when you look at the quantity of grains on each panicle, very, very huge. We counted one and it is about 278 grains on a panicle. Yeah. The tillering capacity ability that we have seen there is very high. It has almost 18. In fact, the average is 22 tillers per a hill. Then we have seen that, in fact, on a whole, the nature of the plant as it stands, we believe it will stand drought, and we believe it will stand winds, lodging, and we have not seen even a single pest on it. So that is what we have done.
We have chosen plot number 9. We are considering the tillering ability, the height, the panicle, the duration, the milling quality, and also our expectation for the yield. So we realize that plot number 9 is very good for us now. The tillering is very good, the height is also good, panicle is also good. Expected yield, it is our expectation. We are thinking that between 6 to 6.5 tons will be very good for that variety, and it is also early maturity. The milling quality is good. So we have taken that one to be our first choice.
I'm happy that it at least compares with the yield of the varieties we know, or even sometimes better, because there's an extra good thing about them. The extra good thing, as I mentioned, is disease resistance, especially for rice yellow mottle virus, because this one we use what we call DNA marker assisted back crossing, where we selected the line at the DNA level. Okay, so those varieties that you have selected, the extra thing which you may not see here very much is that in some areas the yellow mottle virus is serious to wipe you out, but this one is a variety that is resistant to rice yellow mottle virus. So we are very happy about the selections that you have made today. We will continue to take those, and we are not taking the information just from you. We are growing it at Nobuemu, Sokwai, or other places. In the end, we will present it to the varietal release committee, and then it will come out as a new variety. It's always good to have backup, okay, because varieties can break down along the line. That is why it is product development. Just like Samsung will come out with upgraded versions every time. Okay, so we do that. So we will do that, and then get back to you. Once the variety is released, then you can start growing it.
The scheme manager for the Dawenya Irrigation Project speaks on the work being done at the scheme by the CSIR-Crops Research Institute.
Over here we do rice cultivation on a large scale. Currently we are running about 200 hectares of rice. And we are equally doing seed production for the country as a whole. We have the Korean company and the country from Korea who are helping us to develop series of varieties that were produced by CSIR under the Crop Research Institute. So the field you see here is the demo field for the Crop Research Institute. This morning we just had field visit with all farmers all over. And what we normally do is that they do seed selection. After that, they produce the foundation seed and hand over to us as farmers here, who multiply it into certified seed production. Currently, we are expecting about 720 tons of certified seed that we have produced already. We are doing the production and the processing in the warehouse, awaiting subsequent delivery to MOFA to deliver to farmers all over the country as a whole. When it comes to rice production, under irrigation is the best process because you have water all year round to produce the rice seeds. So here we do 2 crops in a year. We have about 3 to 4 months for the first season. Then the next season also takes 3 to 4 months depending on the varieties. We are open to the general public. Anybody interested in farming is welcome to the program, to the project, to come and visit and see how best they can also partake in farming on the Dawonya irrigation project.
The rice breeding team from the CSIR-CRI reflects on the day's success.
What you have just witnessed here today is one of the routine activities that we do as a research institution. Basically, we don't want to sit in the office and then develop a variety and think that it will be accepted by farmers and actors along the rice value chain in the case of rice. So we involve farmers, and involving farmers means that we do what we call participatory varietal selection. We invited farmers from various schemes. So we had some from Suchare, we had some from Aveime, and then we had some from here, which is the Dawonya irrigation scheme. We have introduced 5 varieties that are already in the market, such as CRI-CRI rice, CRI-Ejapa, Koreamo, and then the rest. Whilst we have 2 introductions from Senegal called Israel 6 and 7 that you see at the back there. We also have lines that we have crossed which are not yet released, but these are lines that are coming to solve the problem of farmers, such as rice yellow mottle disease, such as, some rice varieties now consumers' tastes are changing, such that hitherto we used to like long grain American, what we call rice master type of rice, which was cooking quite hard. Now consumers want rice that is Asian type, which they call the jasmine type of rice, that cooks soft and is aromatic. We have CRI-Enapa, which is a variety that is doing very well. It has a potential yield of almost 9 tons. But then the issue was about aroma. So we crossed it with lines that are already aromatic, and we use DNA markers to make sure that the aroma was there. Those are the other varieties that you see which are not yet released. We wanted the farmers and millers and other actors to appreciate that so that they will be able to do their own selection, and if they like, they will push it for release. But the key issue is to become self-sufficient in rice production, and in doing so, we need to solve the problems along the rice value chain. So that is basically what you saw here today, and we are excited that the farmers went ahead and even selected lines that are yet to be released.
It's been a very successful exercise today. We have had big seed companies like New Age and people who have just entered into the rice industry, and they are investing a lot, like Josmon, which has the AAC component that deals with rice here. We also have farmers from Ashiama, Kong Irrigation Scheme, Dawonya Irrigation Scheme, and other places here. And together they have seen 16 improved varieties here, and they have selected the best. We are going to interact with each one of them through a focus group discussion, and they will tell us their best ones. And then the minister's rep was also here, Honorable Bonzi. He was very happy about the work we are doing, and they are giving us their full support. So it's been a very successful program today.
I'm particularly concerned about the youth and women in the rice sector, and these varieties are really helpful to the youth. We have very early maturing varieties in there. The youth are interested in investments that will give them quick returns with very low risk. And I would recommend these varieties to the youth who want to go into rice production, in the rice, youth who want to invest in the rice industry. And for our women, the agriculture data from agriculture tells us that more than half of the women in the nation forms the labor force of agriculture. And in rice production, as high as 70% of the women are in rice production. These rice have good grain quality. So they are involved in the trading, mailing and trading of the rice industry. And indeed, the women that were part of the exercise were excited, and they really selected some of these varieties based on their good grain qualities that they possess.
Dr. Kim Young-jin also shares his thoughts on the field day.
Let us be inspired by the progress we have made so far, but let us not stop here. The future of Ghana's rice industry depend on providing high-quality seed to farmers, strong partnerships, and our commitment to this common goal. Together, let us plant the seeds for food security, safe land, and prosperous Ghana. Thank you very much.
Each farmer leaves with a 1 kilogram packet of CRI Ejapa, a gift and a promise to test on their own fields in the coming season. From the paddies of Dawenya to farms across Ghana, a new seed of change has been planted, not just in the soil but in the spirit of collaboration. As Ghana moves to feed itself, these farmers stand at the front lines of a movement powered by knowledge, partnership, and hope.